that is Mendel's laws of inheritance. Now, at the end of this lesson, what are the things we will learn? So, as we have already referred that this is a lesson regarding Mendel's laws of inheritance, so the 3 laws we will be studying. So, what are the 3 main laws? The law of dominance, law of segregation, and the law of independent assortment. So, only these 3 laws are the basics of heredity. Once we understand these 3 laws, there is no need to memorize these concepts. These are only concepts we should understand. And once we understand, we will be able to proceed very nicely and smoothly with heredity. And also we can solve each and every problems of heredity in a smooth manner. So let us now start with the first law of Mendel. That is the law of dominance. Here comes the law of dominance. So let us see what is it. Now we should take 2 different contrasting characters. Let us first see that what characters we have taken. So first we have taken brown eyes, where we have written this B in capital as it is the dominant, and then we have taken blue eye, that is B in small letters, which is B is recessive. So these 2 are dominant and recessive characters. Now, how is the crossing over being done? So we are taking one dominant character, brown eyes, and one recessive character, blue eyes. So what is happening when 2 homozygous individuals? So what are those 2 homozygous individuals? Now, this BB is a homozygous having 2 dominant alleles, and this B, small b is also a homozygous individual having blue eyes, or where it is a recessive trait. So these 2 are being contrast characters and they are being crossed. So here, if you remember the previous slides, again and again I am telling, please do study them. So these are homozygous, and this in between is the heterozygous character having one dominant allele and one recessive allele. But we will not take this as of now. We are taking this BB and the small bb and crossing them. So we have seen in the previous slides what is happening. In the F1 generation, all dominant characters appear. So all will be brown eyes. So the phenotype or the physical appearance will be, they all will be brown eyes, though their genetic combination will be BB. So though their genetic combination is BB, their phenotype will be, all will have brown eyes. And the dominant character will be appearing only in F1 generation. So this is the law of dominance. And they will not appear, the recessive character will not appear in F1 generation. So none of the child or children will have blue eyes, which is a recessive character. So keep in your mind that in F1 generation, when a crossing between a dominant brown eye and a recessive blue eye is happening, what we are seeing in the F1 generation, all the children will have brown eyes, though genetically we can say that they are heterozygous, having a recessive allele of blue eye, but this is not showing its character. So this is how we can say that it is the law of dominance. Is it clear to everyone? Now every time I keep on saying that if you are having any doubts or queries, please do write, please do comment, and don't forget to ask me your questions. If you are not asking me, I'll unable to understand that what queries you are having, so that I can clear them up in the next episode. Now let us move on to the next law. Now here comes the second law, the law of segregation. Now what happened here? So according to Mendel, he told that each organism that reproduces sexually by producing gametes. So gametes are the 2 factors or 2 genes. Here you can see my pointer, this TT, these are all gametes. Now if one is inherited from the male parent, Now these are gametes from the male parent, suppose. This tall t and this two small t are from the female parents. Now this slide is actually not very much clear, though you try to understand. This two, I am telling you, these are from the male parents and these two from the female parents. So according to him, one is inherited from the male parent and one is inherited from the female parent. So these are the alleles for a characteristic. Now if the alleles are similar, now suppose T and T, they are similar, they are homozygous condition. So students, please be aware of this homozygous and heterozygous, because these two things will be, every time you will be studying heredity or genetics, you will come through these terms. So these two are homozygous, and if you see here, this capital T and small t are heterozygous. Now if the alleles are different, they are heterozygous. So all gametes produced by homozygous individual will have similar alleles, and gametes of heterozygous individuals will be dissimilar. See here, this two are heterozygous as well as this two gametes of a female parent are also heterozygous. So we can see after the cross, the offsprings produced are all dissimilar. They are different. They are not alike. So is it clear to everyone? I am trying to make you understand in a very lucid way. So what is happening here? Now here in the first filial generation, both homozygous alleles were crossed. So at the end of the monohybrid cross, F1 generation result, what we have seen, all are heterozygous TT, TT, TT and TT. So one capital T, one small t. So all are tall. They are all looking similar. So there is no difference in the phenotype, and the genotype is also same. They are all heterozygous. Now when it comes to the F2 generation, that is when two heterozygous alleles are crossed, we see all the offsprings formed are different. They are not alike. So their genotype is 1:2:1, and their phenotype, what is, we can see is 3:1. Now what does it state? It states when a pair of allele is brought together in a hybrid, the members of the allelic pair remain together without mixing and remain and separate from each other when the hybrid forms gametes. Is it clear? So they remain together without mixing and they separate from each other when the hybrid forms gametes. When they are forming gametes, the individual TT, we have separated them. Since each gamete is pure, the law is also known as law of purity. So make it very clear, when they are remaining together, they are not mixing to each other and they were separating in the form of gametes. They separate purely, and so it is called the law of purity. So children, please make it clear. Go to your textbook, revise it, read it again and again, and read and go through my videos again and again so that you are very clear with this laws. Now we will move on to the third law. Now here comes the third law. What is it? The law of independent assortment. So till now we are very much clear with the law of dominance and the law of segregation. So this is the last law of independent assortment. Now dear children, from all these lessons, laws, we will be knowing that why we are identical to our parents, at times why we look different from them, at times why we are having some characteristics which do not match to either of our parents. So this is what is happening in your genetics, in your genes. So that is the law of independent assortment. So some characters grow out independently from the parental combinations. So after a dihybrid cross, this is what Mendel started withdrawing. That Mendel said that some independent characters were also formed. So Mendel's observations we have already studied in the previous slide. Dear children, every time I am telling, basics of heredity should be very strong in order if you are continuing with your biology in higher classes, you'll have to learn them and you'll have to make a clear concept. Now let us start with the law of independent assortment. So what is happening here? Now this is a dihybrid cross we have studied in the last lesson. So in a dihybrid cross, gametes are formed. We know that these are all gametes. Now each gamete receives one allele from each allelic pair. So this is receiving one gamete from one allelic pair. So from YY it is receiving capital Y. From small y it is receiving one small y. From small r it is receiving one small r. And from capital R it is receiving one capital R. So it is receiving all the characteristic from each allelic pair. Now what is happening? Now here we have the gametes from the, suppose from the female parents, and here from the male parents. So the assortment of alleles in different characteristics we can see here. Now here we can also see independent combinations. Now round and yellow, we have seen this combination in the parent also and in the children also. Now wrinkle seeds with green color, we have seen this also in parent as well as in the child. But what we have not seen new combinations is round seeds with green color and wrinkle seeds with yellow color. So round seeds with green color and wrinkle seeds with yellow color were not seen in previous combinations from the parents. Now after the offsprings were formed, Mendel observed that new characters were formed. So what are the two characters new here? Round seeds with green color and wrinkle seeds with yellow color. So this too says us that there is independent assortment among the gametes or alleles. So I think you understood all the three laws clearly. Please go through it and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are liking it, so that you continue with all your lessons in a systematic manner. So the next episode of Heredity will be, how do we know that a child will be a male or a female, or how a person knows, or how the sex is determined, whether it will be a son or a daughter in human beings. So that is for the next episode. So as of now, please do complete these three laws of inheritance as we move on to the next episode of Heredity. Thank you.